Thanks for joining me with another delve deeper in teaching number 8 in our study of Second Peter. Turning your back on the faith, renouncing your faith, doesn't happen suddenly. It's a slow burn. Back in 2011, I experienced tragedy. It was February 11th, 2001, when my 18-year-old son suffered an anoxic brain injury while undergoing a routine test at a local hospital that left him totally incapacitated. He lost the ability to speak, to eat, to move. And then it was June when I brought him home to take care of him. And that day, my wife went to the emergency room. Her diagnosis, terminal cancer. My father died in November, and I was unable to visit before he passed or attend his memorial because of my responsibilities at home. December 1st, my wife of 32 years died. These experiences created such an emotional trauma that I began to doubt God. In my thinking, divine intervention was absent. It was a joke. I began to seriously question what I was taught about the goodness of God, his promises for protection and provision, and even about his very existence itself. As so many others have wondered, I too asked, how can a God of love allow this to happen? Well, this crisis of faith put me on that edge of that slippery slope, and I asked myself a very dangerous question. If this is how God treats me when I'm doing everything I can to live an exemplary life, what does it matter how I live? It took self-discovery, reflection, and seeking out supportive mentors and counselors and close friends who were willing to discuss my doubts and concerns, creating a safe place for me to address my questions. I had to rethink my faith and reevaluate my core beliefs. The things I thought I knew about God, I had to examine each and every one of them. I discovered that not all the promises in the scripture are for the individual. Some of them are for the group. If I had not done this, if I'd gone with my emotions, I would have walked away from the faith. I expect that I would have slipped away slowly, intellectually separating myself from my faith. Well, those first 18 months were the most intense, and I was sliding. Then a course reversal. I feel I'm far away from the slippery slope now, but I'm still in the process, 12 years later, learning how to grieve, how to surrender, how to accept. My friends, tragedy and catastrophe and heartbreak happen to all of us, but refuse to allow them to cast you down that slippery slope towards unbelief. Stay faithful, friends. It's hard, but God's grace is sufficient.